What's up, everyone? Greg Helbeck. Welcome to this week's weekly real estate investing lesson. And on this video, I'm going to talk about how do you explain to a seller that you're going to wholesale their house? I'll say that again. How do you explain to a seller that you're going to wholesale their house? Oh, I just said it. Telling a seller you're going to wholesale their house. Wow. Not a lot of gurus talk about that. So in this video, I want to get into detail on why you should do it a lot of the times. So before I get into that, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video if you think it's valuable, it would mean a lot to me. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers over the next 90 days. And in order to do that, if you could like the video, or subscribe to the channel, like the video, it would mean a lot. And if you're not familiar with me, my name is Greg Helbeck. I've bought well over 100 houses over the last 5 years. I've done a lot of wholesale deals, 85 plus wholesale deals, I'd say at this point. In two tough markets, actually three tough markets, Texas, California, and New York. So I know a little bit about wholesaling houses. I mean, obviously there's a lot to learn, but I've done a lot of wholesale deals and a lot of complex wholesale deals with big profits. So at the end of the day, the topic of this video is how to tell a seller that you're wholesaling their house. Are you scared that you're gonna do that? Are you a little afraid that maybe the deal will blow up if you do that? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just looking at my notes here. Most of the time when you're transparent with the seller, it's going to make the transaction a lot more smooth, right? The number one reasons why deals blow up most of the time is because the buyer and the seller don't have the right expectations set, right? They don't have the right expectations set. So if you're going to wholesale a property and you want to make sure the deal goes as smoothly as possible, there's a few little stipulations. If you don't plan to close on the house, okay, if you don't want to close on it under any circumstances, you've got to tell the seller you're wholesaling the house. I think it's like a moral obligation. It's like insane if you don't tell the seller you're wholesaling the house, if you don't want to close on it. If you want to close on it, it's up to you. You can still tell the seller that you're wholesaling it, but it's not like that necessary because either way, you're going to obviously close on it. So if I'm going to wholesale a house, right, and I don't want to close on it myself, maybe it's a location or the condition or whatever, maybe it's in an area I don't know that well, which would be the location, is I say, hey, Mrs. Seller, my goal is to add value to you and to buy your property and make this process really simple. However, in this specific area or this specific house, it's not a property I personally want to buy. It's a property that I'm interested in, but I most likely will want to sell this property after I buy it from you to another investor and have them fix the house up and do the work. So do you have an issue if I resell this to someone else after I buy it from you? No, I don't have an issue with that. I mean, 9 out of 10 sellers are going to say they don't care, okay? Second thing I'll say after that is I say, now, in order for me to buy this property from you, I need to go out and find someone who's going to buy a property, I need to go out and find someone who's going to buy the property from me, okay? So I say, in order for us to do a deal together, I need to find someone else before I commit to giving you a number. So long story short, I'm going to need about 10 business days in order to go out into the market and find another investor who wants to buy this from me. During those 10 days, this is going to be up in the air a little bit, so there will be a little bit of uncertainty. Worst case scenario is that in 10 days from now, I tell you, hey, no one wants the property, and I'll just be helpful either way, but I probably won't buy your properties. But you're not going to lose any money, and there's going to be really no BS. Basically, I'm going to have 10 days to find another buyer, and that's pretty much it. Are you okay with that? Most sellers, if they're motivated, are going to say they're fine with that. That way, what happens is you have full permission to go out into the market and find a buyer. If you can't find a buyer for some reason, the seller is not pissed off because you already set the expectations with them. And if you do find a buyer, you say, hey, listen, congratulations, let's move forward. Here's the here's the title company's information or the attorney's information, and let's get this thing off to the races, right? So at the end of the day, you got to just be transparent with the seller. I'm selling this to someone else for a profit. That's it. Don't overthink it. Here's a big tip if you're a new investor. The less you need a deal, the more power you have, right? A big problem I had when I got started in this business, and by the way, look at my watch tan, isn't that embarrassing? I need to get some long sleeve shirts or whatever. But a big problem I had in this business in the beginning was that I was really desperate for a deal. I needed the money, I needed the deal, and I sounded like a desperate idiot. The less you care, the more money you will make. Remember that as well. So at the end of the day, if you're looking to wholesale houses at a high level, you're gonna run into properties that you don't wanna close on, and you got to tell the seller exactly what you're doing. And if you don't do that, it's a little shady in my opinion. So you got to be transparent, let them know what the downside is. Hey, downside is if I can't find a buyer, I'm not going to buy it from you. Are you okay with that? That's fine. listen, 9 out of 10 people don't give a shit. The 1 out of 10 who does probably isn't someone you want to work with. So hopefully this was a helpful video, quick, short 5-minute video here. If you got value, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to do a deal with me, if you're in the Hudson Valley or you're in San Diego and you want to do business with me, you want a JV wholesale, if you want to wholesale me a house, or if you're in Delaware too, we're buying in Delaware now, reach out to me, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.